What's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to look at the top 10 hottest selling basketball cards. This is always something really important to look at because what things that are going up the most, also important to look at, no doubt about it, but it's also important to look at where is the other element of demand, which is the number of sales. And we like to compare the number of sales to the pop count to see what the sales volume is, stuff like that. So we're going to go through the top 10 here. There's some interesting ones to look at. Stick around. You'll want to see some of this stuff. A few reminders before we get started. You can get the audios from these videos. You can get them on the podcast. Link for that in the description. And if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day, join the Sports Card Society, SportsCardSociety.com. The link is in the description. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. You also get access to the private Discord group, which is a great group of people. They all actually pay to be there, so their helpfulness and their interactions are much different than your usual Discord. But the Sports Card Society, how you get my pick of the day is there's a membership area. You log in. I put up a special video almost every day. It's a short video, only about 5 minutes. I show the card, data, research, reasoning as to why and what I plan on doing with it. A recent example is this Baker Mayfield here. We were getting it for under $300 in March here. This must have just updated for me. And then the latest sale, going for in the 400s. It was going for in the 500s, but I expect this to go back up as we get closer to the football season too. Another thing I wanted to mention is I finally put together a site called SportsCardSwag.com. I made some t-shirts and some hoodies because I just find there's not much of it in the sports card world. So I'm like, I'm going to make a few shirts I think would be cool. So check that. I'll put the link for that in the description too. Let's dive into the content. Number 10 on the list, Mr. King James, LeBron James, 2018 Revolution base, pop count of almost 10,000. Kind of surprised that number's that high. Down almost 10% with 50 sales on the week. So the sales volume isn't real great there. It's just 50 divided by about 10,000. That's about 0.5% sales volume. So it's not a crazy amount of sales volume. By the way, as I go through these cards, I'll do buy, sell, hold. The ones that I think are buys, I send out to the Card Pack newsletter before I publish the video. It's free to join this. Link in description for the Card Pack newsletter, boys and girls. I'm not even going to pull up the chart on this because I'm just not interested in this card. Number 9 on the list, RJ frickin' Barrett, 2019 Prism base, pop count of 7,063. It's down 3% on the week with 60 sales. So close to a 1% sales volume. Let's take a look at his chart real quick. By the way, I want to get to 5,000 subscribers, boys and girls. Come on, Card Pack, help me out. Hit that subscribe button. And of course, hit that like button too. I appreciate that. All this stuff really supports the channel. It really does. So RJ Barrett here. What are you pointing at, RJ? I got a few of these. $84 to start the week. Had a high sale, 104, end of the week about 80. I don't think this is an ideal time to buy an RJ Barrett card. I think this probably goes down a bit more. Yeah, it was doing pretty good in May. Interesting. But then took a dip as they got into the playoffs. Well, lost the playoffs, really. So, no, I'm not buying this right now, although it's showing signs of support. See what I'm saying here? We're getting kind of a flat line. But it may go down more. You don't know. And I think there's a decent amount of time to wait on RJ Barrett before the next season. But I would suggest consulting your data tool and maybe alerting it, saying, hey, you know what, here's a price alert. If this thing gets below, $70, maybe alert me and then hit the OK. If you have the Market Movers tool, that's how you do that. By the way, if you don't have the Market Movers tool, I'll put the link in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. This thing we're using here is the Market Movers tool. Most important thing I use in sports card investing. It really is. This is where all of my sports card investing is done. And in the modern age, this is the way it is. You need to have a data tool. This is the one I prefer. I think it's the best. So number 8 on the list, Luka Doncic, 2019 Prism base, pop count of 6,283. By the way, if you don't know what pop count means, it means this card in this grade. That's how many of them currently exist. 61 sales on the week, so about a 1% sales volume, down about 4%. Let's pull up that chart. This is his second year card, not his rookie. This is his second year card. So obviously not as desirable as the rookie card, but it doesn't go for zero. 53.88 to start the week, 61 to end the week. Let's pull it back 90 days real quick. See what this card, kind of journey this card's been on. It's a good looking card. It's just been pretty much going down. Although to me it looks like it's probably hit some stability here, because here's $56 on the 7th. Here's $61 on the 20th. So that's a couple weeks of stability, but we'll see. Again, that's in reality, it really hasn't gone down much in a month. So maybe it's hitting the bottom, maybe it's hitting its bottom here, which would be support, which would be where buyers and sellers meet, and there's just enough buyers that go, that's it, I'm not selling for less than this. Nope, I'm done. You buy it for this, or I'm just holding it. That's what support is. And resistance is at the top. That's where buyers really say, all right, that's it. I'm not paying any more than this. That's it. If I can't get it for this price, I'm just going to wait. That's basically what support and resistance are. Because at the end of the day, this is all about the psychology of the people in the market. That's really what this is all about. Where are we at here? 10, 9, 8. Number 7, LeBron James again, his 2019 Prism base. Pop count of 97.17, down 15.6%. 61 sales on the week. This is his Lakers rookie Prism, Not a card I'm real interested in. I'll pull it up real quick. I have some of these. That's why I'm sour on them, because they got so hyped up and I got caught up in it, and just rookie mistakes. $56 to start the week, 52 to end the week. Let's pull it back 90 days, see how this sucker has traveled. Looks a lot like a lot of cards that we've already looked at. It looks a lot like that Luka. It's showing the support down here. It was going down, kind of like that RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett was a little different because he made the playoffs. So what do we got? 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6, Zion Williamson, 2019 Prism base. Pop count of 18,019 now. 63 sales on the week. It's a very low sales volume. It's only about a 0.3% sales volume. Up about 5%. We'll look at this chart real quick, because this is a card that I'm monitoring, not because I really want to buy it. So yeah, none of these cards on the list so far are buys for me. Well, this one maybe, I guess. Let's take a look at it, because I don't know how much lower it can really go. Let's go 90 days. Looks like it's been pretty flat for the week. And it's showing, because now Zion's a little different story, because his cards really started going down earlier than most of these other players, because he got injured towards the end of the season, and the Pelicans didn't have a chance in hell of even making the play-ins. So his people just started to sell him off earlier than these other people we've looked at. But here we are. We're floating around 400. Seems to be our support level now. It's hard. 18,000. I don't love it, but I kind of have a hard time seeing this card going for not more than 400 when the season starts in probably October. I'd say this is probably a card to keep your eye on. Keep your eye on Zion. Ha-ha! Is that a pun? Not really. But is it funny? Not really. God dang. This closed like 365 days. $400. This card went for upwards of, I think about 900. Load. Looks like its high was right before this season started at, almost $1,000. And he went down. He kind of stayed around there because he played well. Now he's down to like 400. Let's go to eBay real quick and see what he's got. What the listings are, what they're priced at. See the lowest one. Oh, buddy. Here's what I'm going to do. Sometimes it can be hard, even with this nice refined search, because everyone and their dog uses Prism. I'm going to search for cards that have a minimum $300 price. Here's 400. That might be the lowest one. Probably is. Yeah. Ion Zion. 400 or best offer. I'm going to include a link to the description of this card, because I would either be a buy or a hold on it. Because I just don't know how much more it has to go down, because it's been going down before other cards did. So I'll put a link in the description to that card in case you want to take a look at it. Number, what are we at? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 5 on the list, Trey Young, 2018 Donruss base, pop count of 32, 31, 64 sales on the week, up 22%. That's a 2% sales volume. That is an indicator of some pretty strong demand, and that makes sense because the Hawks have been really competing with the Sixers, and last night they actually beat the Sixers, and now the Hawks, if you can believe it, are in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks, not the Nets, the Bucks. So Trey Young, I think, let's pull this chart up for sure. Now, you might be playing with fire here with Trey Young cards because they obviously haven't really gone down much because they've been outperforming. This card started the week at 108, end of the week at 141. That's a pretty solid gain. Let's pull it back 90 days. Looks like it was going for about 130. Took a dip here. Boy, over 90 days, this card has just not moved much. Wow. It's been a pretty stable card, actually. Wow. That is... That's interesting. Let's go to eBay real quick. Now, they literally just beat the Sixers last night in Game 7, which we're all surprised that the Sixers lost, the Nets lost. Boy, that Nets-Bucks game was something else, though. So I say you're playing with fire here because if they lose to the Bucks, this is going to go down. If they beat the Bucks, and go to the finals, watch out because this card's just going to go on a rocket ship. So I'll include a link to the description with that disclaimer. I don't know if I'd be a buy on it. I'd probably be a hold. Yeah. I may change my mind by the time this video is over. Donovan Mitchell, next on the list, 2017 Prism base, pop count of 42-17, down 31%, 73 sales on the week. That's pretty good sales volume, about 1.5% or more. Let's pull up his chart. I've actually been noticing I had some Donovan Mitchells on my StarStock sell for some reason. I'm like, well, why'd you guys buy them now instead of during the playoffs when the Jazz were still in it? I'll include a link for StarStock. I use code SportsCardConsultant. You get $10 free and you deposit $10 more if you set up a new account. So this is Prism Rookie. Here it was at 353. Obviously, it's taken a dip to 250. It's pulled back over 90 days. Just been sliding and then it went up some. Now it's sliding again. I'd probably be a hold on that card, but keeping my eye on it. Eye on Zion. Nope, eye on Donovan. John Morant, 2019 Prism base, pop count of 16,498, down 6% with 78 sales on the week. So that is about a 0.5% sales volume. Which makes sense. Ja's been out of the playoffs for a minute now, and let's see what this chart looks like. I'm intrigued. Over the week, it's gone from 225 down to 214. It's not a big jump. Let's pull it back 90 days and see what's going on. By the way, link for this Market Movers tool with the discount code in the description. You got to have a data tool, man. You really do. It's just been sliding. Even during the playoffs, it was sliding. So it looks like it's kind of bottoming around 200 to 210. It's just, I don't know how much lower this card has to go. But right now, I think I might exist. It's been sliding for a bit since he's out of the playoffs. So there's no playoff bumps. But I don't know, man. I think I'd hold on that card. Keep my eye on it. Luka Doncic, 2018 Prism, pop count of 17,192. Now, this is his rookie. Up 0.5% on the week with 80 sales. So we're looking at about that 0.5% sales volume, a little bit less, actually. I think the only one that's really been a high sales volume is Trey Young, and that makes sense because, he's actually in the playoffs, and they've been outperforming. Luka, 800 to start the week, 796 to end the week. So it's been pretty flat. Let's pull back 90 days. I mean, I don't know how much lower this stuff has to go. I really, really don't. Looks like this card's been around 800 for about 2 weeks now. There it is on the 8th, going for 802. And here it is today, yesterday, going for 796. So I don't know how much lower this card has to go. Let's zoom in on 30 days. It's not like a crazy descent, but I'd probably be a hold on this card and keep my eye on it. Number 1 on the list. Shouldn't be a big surprise. Trey Young, 2018 Prism Base Pop Count 96.21, up 32%, 118 sales. So that's over a 1% sales volume. Let's pull up this chart, baby. This is the same. I'm probably going to give the same thought on this as I did on the Donruss, where, like, you know, you could be playing with fire here. 239. God. 239 to start the week. End of the week at 309. I just can't believe these are this cheap. Let's go pull back 90 days. 90 days ago, this card was 417. Looks like I hit a low of 222, which is weird. That was about a week ago. They must have thought, well, Sixers are going to take them. And now they've been winning. And the card's in the 300s now. It was pretty flat before that dip. When they were in the playoffs, people were pretty sure they were going to beat the Knicks. And then they came to the Sixers. It's like, yeah, fat chance. And then they beat the Sixers. So now they're playing the Bucks, who are the 2 seed. I mean, the Sixers are the 1 seed. And man, I don't know. Could the Hawks beat the Bucks? They could. I didn't think they could beat the Sixers, but they did. And they did it last night without a whole lot of help from Trey Young. He had a terrible field goal percentage. I'd probably rather buy the Donruss just because it lowers my money put in. But I think it's a bit of a gamble there. You know what I mean? As I think there's money to be made, and you may even just want to buy it on StarStock, because then you can buy it, no shipping fee, no sales tax, and you can relist it immediately. Your call, though. The Zion, this is one that I'd be holding till next season. I just don't see it going much below 400. I think maybe 350, 300 at worst is the bottom. But for all I know, this is the bottom. So I don't know. Take a look at those two. I'll include a link in the description for them. I'll include a link in the description for everything else. You know, Sports Card Society, the Market Movers Tool, Sports Card Swag. Get yourself a T-shirt. And then hit that sub button, hit that like button. I hope you appreciate this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you got some value out of it. Interesting stuff going on. I cannot believe that the Nets lost. I can't believe that the Sixers lost. Interesting times, in fact. All right, Card Pack, stay classy. You're awesome. Thanks for spending this time with me. I'll see you tomorrow. You're beautiful.